Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to provide a bit of additional guidance for this first assignment in class. As with all assignments, please make sure you're reviewing the rubric. I always recommend at the beginning of any course to look through all of the work that's going to be assigned so that you understand the connection between the work that you're doing early on throughout the class all the way to the end of the final project. In most, if not all of your classes, your work is interconnected. So knowing where you need to end up is immensely helpful with these first few steps. And you want to make sure that everything comes together nicely in the end. So definitely take the time to do that. And in this class, we're really focusing on planning for evaluation with respect to ensuring the effectiveness of your program. And as a part of this, you're going to be downloading this project program evaluation template, and you're going to be completing the stakeholder view, program statement, and project scope and goals. So, of course, make sure to read through this in detail. I did want to point out that you do need to include at least 2 scholarly or credible sources. More is great if you want to do that. Just make sure you don't get too heavy on the quoted material. You should definitely be paraphrasing as much as possible and limiting those quotes. A good rule of thumb is no more than 10% of quoted content in your work. So this is the template for your first paper, and if I scroll back up the top, I'll see there are some placeholders here. You'll just and include your own information. I always recommend just clicking on the review tab and making sure that your track changes is off, because if I turn it on and then I try to make changes, it's going to show me the lines of all the changes that I make, and that gets a little bit complicated and confusing and messy, so we like to avoid that if we can. So as we scroll down here, again, you're going to be completing the stakeholder view, and these are the various perceptions or perspectives and implications for your various stakeholders. And you would have identified some of your stakeholders earlier on in one of the other classes. You'll also be writing your problem statement, and this is essentially demonstrating and providing justification that in fact the problem you identified can be resolved or solved with a training intervention. And then you'll have the project scope and goals. So these are the goals of your project, what you hope to accomplish, as well as the project scope. So, how detailed and how broad you're going to be with this training. Again, I definitely recommend that you look ahead. You'll be working on a logic model in future weeks, and the goals that you identified are going to show up as you work on that project model. So you really want to be clear about what your goals are. So I hope this is helpful to you. Of course, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Otherwise, enjoy. Thanks so much.